everybody, Deplorable Bobby here. This is the way I see it. Before I get started, I'll remind you of the 2 silver bars I'm giving away at the end of May. June 1st at 8 p.m. I'll do a live stream. We'll draw names out of a hat of those who are subscribers and have commented in the month of May. Tonight I want to do a real quick video on Elisa Milano. Elisa Milano is not the sweet little girl we all knew and loved on the sitcom Who's the Boss, who was so loving and kind and funny. Today Milano is still acting, but more than that, Lisa is an outspoken advocate for abortion, no matter all the way up to full term. Milano tweeted after anti-abortion legislation was signed into law in Georgia by Governor Brian Kemp. Kemp signed the legislation into law ending abortion in Georgia once a heartbeat can be detected, and that's usually about at 6 weeks. In true Democrat form, Milano called for a sex strike in response to the new heartbeat law. Milano also tweeted this yesterday, that our reproductive rights are being erased. Until women have legal control over our own bodies, we just cannot risk pregnancy. She said, join me by not having sex until we get our bodily autonomy back. I'm calling for the sex strike. Go ahead. Pass it on to any of your demon rat friends that there's a sex strike going on, and maybe there'll be less of those demons born. Maybe there'll be less abortion. This idea of boycotting sex is as old as ancient Greece. This is absolutely nothing new. In Greece, the women used to refuse their husbands' sexual intercourse until they ended the wars that they were fighting at the time. Milano gained little support from her feminist followers on Twitter, but others mocked Milano, saying many Republicans, such as Vice President Mike Pence and myself, would likely endorse such abstinence from sex. I agree with Milano. Keep telling your demon rat supporters to abstain from sex. By abstaining from sex, the demon rats won't be getting pregnant, so there won't be as many abortions in America. Keep up the good work of Satan and the demon rat party, Milano, because remember this little ditty. It's plain to see these demons were not aborted. People like Milano and all these other demon rats were not aborted. So why are they so pro on aborting their children now? What turned these unaborted children, grown up, having gotten pregnant, wanting to kill their children? Was it something society did, or is it an epidemic of something psychological? I think it has a lot to do with Roe versus Wade and Planned Parenthood, to be honest with you. They've normalized abortion to the point where it's nothing but a walk down the street. But thank goodness for Brian Kemp having the intestinal fortitude to stand up, defeat Stacey Abrams in the gubernatorial election, and now sign the heartbeat bill into law. I applaud you, Brian Kemp. Milano is also under fire for supporting her pedophile choice for president in 2020. They're upset over Biden's Me Too accusations, and Milano said, I've known Joe, and these are my words now, the pedophile, the VP under Obama. For a while, we all had numerous conversations. And recently, it seems that his Me Too movement, is like something you don't hear anywhere except amongst us people, and you don't hear about it on any mainstream media as far as I know. So it's just terrible that she's aligned herself with this pedophile. The Who's the Boss child star is receiving a flurry of criticism for defending pedophile Joe Biden last week and promoting his 2020 bid for presidency. But Milano says Biden's criminal behavior is a culture difference because Joe grew up in a home where affection was regularly displayed. Okay. You get a hug good night from your mama and dad. That's showing affection. Of course, there's other times to hug your kids. But she makes it sound like he grew up in a really touchy-feely family. It says here that Biden grew up in a home, evidently, where inappropriate touching was commonplace and encouraged. Pedophile Biden is a sexual predator and has a demonic heart that beats in his chest, just the same as Alyssa Milano and all of their supporters. Only an evil-hearted person would support the murder of innocent children. That's the demon rats for you people. Kill our kids. But now they're not going to have sex, so there'll be less of them. Thank goodness. Because even a demon rat preborn deserves a chance to live. It's the one having it that is in question. Milano has evidently ingested too much adrenochrome over the last little while because she's really sparked some backlash on social media for calling herself, get this, here's what she calls herself. She's a transsexual, disabled, gay, person of color, and an immigrant. But she didn't say nothing about being a veteran. So it seems Milano has lost her ever-loving mind. What's she talking about? She's a transsexual, she's disabled, she's gay, she's a person of color, and she's an immigrant. So yeah, she's lost her ever-loving mind. She surely has a major personality disorder and is living in the top-tier identity crisis. You know, I mean, she needs to have some help. But get it over it. Just get over it, Milano. We in Georgia now have pro-life laws to protect preborn babies, and nothing you do or say will change that fact. You are a snowflake and a social justice warrior for Satan and the demon rat party. Go cry in your coffee, Melissa. You are a total fool, and there is no good in you. And Bobby, that's just the way I see it about her. But since I brought up the name Stacey Abrams a while ago, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what she's doing. Stacey Abrams says she's looking into joining a long list of demon rats in the bid for the White House in 2020. Well, I'm sorry to say that she lives in my home state of Georgia. It'd be nice for her to leave, maybe go to D.C., but just to get her out of here, but I don't want her going anywhere near the White House. If she decides to run for president, or get this now, she's not leaving out the vice presidency either. So she'll run for either one. She says it won't matter because it's nothing more than a black, Hillary, rotten Clinton. That's all she'll be if she ever got elected. She's Hillary Rotten Clinton inside and out, except she's black. She's a sore loser, and she proves it by saying she actually won against Brian Kemp, who soundly defeated her in the gubernatorial race here. It's been over a year, and she's still whining about she won and he took the governorship from her. But she says, you know, she's looking for executive level opportunities, and that goes from the presidency to the vice president's position. So she will never be president, but if she runs at all in 2020, she will adamantly, forever say that it was fixed. She'll never admit losing at any cost in any race that she's involved in. I don't care if it's against the Democrats in the primaries or if it's against Trump in the election. Whenever she loses, she's going to deny that she lost, and she's going to call some kind of, tampering and all this kind of stuff. When it's the Democrats that do that kind of thing. So anyhow, people, that's all I got. I'm Deplorable Bobby. This is the way I see it. Y'all subscribe, leave comments. Your name will go in a hat for the silver. I appreciate you watching. Pray for our children. Pray for each other. And I might see you tomorrow. It's Mother's Day. But if I don't, happy Mother's Day to each and every one of you that are mothers. I know I'll be spending most of the day with my mother tomorrow. We're going to go eat to Longhorns and have steak tomorrow together. So, fantastic day ahead tomorrow. Y'all pray for the children. Pray for each other, like I said. I'll talk to you later.